What's good? What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? How we doing? How we doing? Let me get this chat right quick. Okay, let's see. Let's do this right quick. I need to change something, bro, because I shouldn't have to change this every time. Every time I go live, I shouldn't have to change this one. Let's see. Okay. All right, let me get that mode on this screen right quick, and we good. What's good with y'all, chat? How we doing? How we doing? What's goody? What's goody? All right, we go. All right, we good. Okay, let me minimize this. Move this over some. Boom. Boom. All right, let's go. Kennard made a quick impact tonight. Yeah, man. I love what I seen out of Luke Kennard, man. Let me go ahead and hop into this intro right quick, and then I'll get to y'all's comments, chat. So the Lakers win tonight's game 105-99. 105-99 against the Golden State Warriors. Kind of started the game at the beginning of the game. Both teams were struggling to put the ball in the basket. It was an extremely ugly game. It looked like both teams just came back from All-Star break, or both teams are ready to go into the All-Star break. This game was extremely ugly to start off, man, but Lakers were down by 1 at the end of the first half. LeBron came out. He had a crazy burst when it comes to scoring. At the beginning of the third quarter, he had 9 straight points for the Lakers, and kind of opened the game up a little bit for him and kind of allowed some of the other players to stay confident or be confident in their shots. The thing that was killing the Lakers and the reason why the Golden State Warriors were in the game were backdoor cuts and offensive rebounds. And the Warriors are one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the league, of course, like it's Golden State, but they shoot a high volume of threes. And some of those threes that they were missing, like they shoot so many threes that some of those rebounds just go straight out to the 3-point line. And when the Lakers are crashing in to try to get the rebound, it just goes right back to a Golden State Warriors player. So I felt like the Lakers were pretty solid defensively all night, holding this team to 99 points. This Golden State Warriors team did just beat the Phoenix Suns a couple nights ago without Steph Curry, and obviously without Jimmy Butler. So this team is still tough. They still play very good defense. And like I said, they shoot a high volume of threes, so you still have to be on your P's and Q's when you're playing against his team. Austin Reaves tonight was good in the minutes. I feel like he played. He is still on that minutes restriction. He played around 20 minutes tonight, but he was getting to the rim at will. He got fouled a couple more times. He should have been shooting extra free throws a couple times. But like I said, man, the Lakers win tonight's game 105-99. Luke Kennard had a very solid Lakers debut. He had a very crucial shot in the fourth quarter once Golden State trying to start making a run, and they cut the lead down to 1. JJ Redick drew up a very good out of the timeout play to get Luke Kennard wide open in the corner, and he knocked down a 3. So that was a very good play, and that was a very good shot by Luke Kennard. And my favorite thing about Luke Kennard tonight was not just his 3-point shooting, obviously. It was his ability to create for others off the dribble once guys forced him off the 3-point line with their closeouts, and he was able to find guys open in the corner. Jake LaRavia missed 2 wide open threes that Luke Kennard generated a great look for him because he was dribbling to the rim off a shot fake, off a pump fake or shot fake, whatever you want to call it, going to the rim. And Jake LaRavia was wide open in both corners in the fourth or in the third quarter. He missed both of those shots. So those could have been kind of momentum changer. But you can kind of see the gravity that Luke Kennard creates when it comes to being out there on the court. And I really want to see him out there on the court once everybody is healthy. Once Austin Reaves is off a minutes restriction, and once Luka Doncic is back. But we got some good news before the game. Luka Doncic is day-to-day. He is not dealing with a serious hamstring injury. They said it was a mild strain, so he's day-to-day. I don't see him playing on Monday against Oklahoma City as well. You're probably going to be in the same situation you were in tonight, but you got to play better because Oklahoma City is still good even without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So that is a winnable game. Obviously, you're playing at home, so You know, their star players out. Most likely our star player is going to be out as well. So, but like I like what I seen tonight from Golden State. I mean, from the Lakers against Golden State, and they came out with the win 105 to 99. So let me go ahead and hop into y'all's questions and comments. But Mamba Venom, what's good, bro? 100%, 100%, man. Luke Kennard was major tonight. I love what I seen out of him, man, and he was big tonight because I feel like it's just one of those games, like especially with Austin on that minutes restriction. He was even initiating the offense sometimes. He was bringing the ball up the court. He had a fluid handle. I think he's a little bit more underrated than a lot of people are giving him credit for. People just look at him as just like a come off screens and shoot threes or shoot wide open threes. He's a very good mid-range shooter. He can finish at the rim with both hands. You know, if you get him in the right spots, he's good, and like he's an underrated passer because he had a bunch of good passes tonight. And shout out Maxi Kleber. Shout out Maxi Kleber, man. Maxi Kleber came in the game again tonight. No DeAndre Ayton. He was a late scratch, like right before the game tonight. They ruled him out a little bit before the game started. So let's go ahead and hop into the box score right quick. Yeah, Kennard was a great passer. That's facts, Quentin. That's facts. Having Rui and Kennard out there, everyone room to operate. Exactly. Hold on. There we go. I think I got this cut off too much. Oh no, it's good now. All right, there we go. But yeah, Kennard was good, and he is a good passer too, bro. That's facts. He's a pretty good passer. I like what I seen out of him tonight when it comes to creating off of those closeouts, and he's gonna be able to do that a lot. He's gonna be able to do that a lot, and he can get all the way to the rim. He can finish with a little floater with both hands. He has a nice pull-up jump shot as well. I just think the Lakers got a good basketball player. Obviously, he's the #1 3-point shooter in the league this season. And in one of my videos I made, or one of my past broadcasts, I can't remember, but when the Portland Trailblazers traded for Vit Krejci, the sharpshooter they played for the Atlanta Hawks, and they traded him to the Portland Trailblazers, I was like, bro, that's all it took to get Vit Krejci? And then come to find out, the Lakers get Luke Kennard for even less. All they pretty much gave up was a second-round pick because we all know Gabe Vincent wasn't doing nothing for the Lakers. So you give up basically just 1 second-round pick to get an upgrade rotational player to come in and had a #1 3-point percentage in the league. And like I said, tonight he was big, man. You probably don't win this game without him. So I love what I seen out of him. Man, hey, say chat. I cannot stand this guy. This guy right here, I can't stand him. He got away with 2 flagrant fouls in the same game. Bro, chat, let me ask y'all this. Let me go full screen for this, bro. Because this is when I tell you I was so aggravated and pissed during the game. I have never seen somebody be a defender. When the offensive player goes up with the ball, they swipe down with their arm, regardless if they're going for the ball or not. They swipe down with their arm, hit a guy upside the head, and then grab him on the other side and around his neck area to try to hold him up. Since when that's not even reviewable? They didn't even go review it. Now, if they would have went to go review it and then they would have found something and been like an explanation to say, okay, nah, this wasn't a flagrant foul, this and that. Okay, fine, I guess. But that was clearly a flagrant foul. That was clearly a flagrant foul. We should have been shooting 2 free throws and getting the ball back, right? And then another time, in the same quarter, or actually, I think that might have been in the 3rd quarter, the Jerry Vanderbilt part. In the 4th quarter, Austin Reaves is coming around trying to guard somebody off a screen. You know, Golden State set these illegal ass screens the entire game, and it's mainly Draymond. Draymond Green misses one of his screens he tried to set on Marcus Smart. He gets irritated. He gets mad because they're not winning. They're losing, and they're about to lose again, right? So he sets an extremely illegal screen on Austin Reaves, and if you go back and look at the replay, you can tell he was trying to do that because you can tell by the way he was like shaping up his mouth, like, I'm finna get this nigga. That's the notion he made with his mouth. You can look, you can see it. You can see it in his face. And then he throws his elbow out. He holds his elbow out, and he sets the most illegal screen of the season on Austin Reaves. That they do call an offensive foul, and that's cool. But that wasn't reviewable either. That one is a little bit more understandable, right? Because that was kind of in the motion of the game. But that Jared Vanderbilt play was clearly it was clearly a flagrant foul. And they didn't even go review it. And for the dirtiest player in the NBA, or at least top 2 dirtiest players in the NBA, Luke Dort is up there as well. But top 2 dirtiest players in the NBA, probably I'll take that back. Draymond is definitely the dirtiest player in the league, right? Because of all of the stuff, the track record he has. He shouldn't even be in the NBA, right? You trying to tell me with all of the stuff he's done and that situation that happened with Jared Vanderbilt, you don't even go review that? So we showing favoritism towards this guy when he shouldn't even be in the NBA because of all the dirty stuff he done to all these different players in the league. Bro, that is infuriating. I don't understand. I don't care how cool he is off the court. On the court, bro. And then on top of that, when he did the shit to Austin Reaves, he just stands over him. And shout out Maxi Kleber, bro. Shout out Maxi Kleber going to stand up to Draymond Green like, nah, that's disrespectful. You're not finna do that. Don't sit up here and throw a dirty screen and then stand over the man. Right? And I love LeBron, bro. I love LeBron. But I don't like how friendly he is with Draymond Green sometimes. I feel like it's more Draymond Green than LeBron. Like when Draymond Green was making them lucky ass corner threes he was making, he talking about, you better guard me, you better close out to me like I'm Steph Curry. Like, bro, what are you talking about? You are horrible. You cannot shoot. You had a lucky night, buddy. Right? We're not closing out to you like you're the greatest shooter of all time. Right? So I just don't like how friendly Draymond Green is to LeBron, and LeBron just doesn't he doesn't really interact back with him. But I just wish he would be like, bro, get out my face, because he does this dirty stuff all the time on the court, and I can't stand it. Now, I don't know their relationship off the court, and it could be brother like their brothers or whatever. So maybe it's that reason, right? But at the same time, just from a spectator point of view, I cannot stand Draymond Green on the court, bro. I think he said some pretty cool stuff off the court, but the stuff he does on the court, bro, is just straight buffoonery activity. And somebody's going to seriously end up getting injured because he throws his little hissy fits when they losing and he not getting his way with the referees. He throws his little hissy fits when he can't celebrate from knocking down some lucky ass 3-pointers. And it's extremely irritating that nobody actually tries to stand up to him, or even the referees. The referees, they basically his kids. They're his kids, the way he treats them. So it's irritating as hell, bro. Lou Dort is dirty. I can literally pull up a whole compilation of this man being dirty just this season. I know Draymond and LeBron cool off the court, bro. That don't matter though, fam. That still don't take away from all of the dirty stuff he do on the court. That still does not take away from that shit, bro. Draymond is just too dirty, bro. Like that with that play he had against Jared Vanderbilt tonight, he could have hurt Vando, bro. He could have hurt that man. And then they ain't even go review it. And then that illegal ass screen he set on Austin Reaves, throwing out his elbow and putting all his force into it, bro. This bro, what? It's a sport, bro. This ain't UFC. What are we doing? And we ain't out, bro. Like I said, with the track record that he has, there is no way that's not reviewable, or you don't go look at that. Why is the league sucking up to him when he has a whole entire track record of being dirty? Every single year he do something dirty. Every year. And we're going to say he's not a dirty player? I don't care what nobody say. Draymond is dirty, bro. And he had a couple dirty plays again tonight because they were losing. No clue why Bron like him. I mean, I guess they friends off the court, bro. I guess they have some type of relationship off the court to where they cool together. But when you watch them interact with each other during the games, it's never really Bron interacting with him. Bron be trying to lock in. And I'll tell you this as well. I think that Bron shows more love to Steph Curry than Curry shows this to LeBron. I feel like Steph Curry has fake love towards LeBron. That's just my opinion. I don't care. That's just my opinion. From the outside looking in as a spectator, I feel like Steph Curry's love for LeBron is not legitimate, kind of like LeBron has for him. And I think that because deep down, Steph knows that he will never be better than LeBron. And he will never be able to live up to the legacy of LeBron. And they've been compared to each other all these years because Steph Curry went to the finals and had these good teams and stuff like that. Teams where he had players that's better than him and stuff like that. So I think that he knows those things deep down, right? And I think that's why he shows LeBron fake love. And I'm not saying they're not friends at all, but I don't think the energy is matched when it comes to LeBron and Steph Curry. But that's neither here or there, bro. We can have that type of conversation another day. But back to the game. And then we're going to hop into more information about the buyout market, chat, because we do have some updates on that as well. I feel like Rui Hachimura, man, like, bro, Rui is like one of the weirdest players in the league. They are friends. I know they're friends. Yeah, they are. Let Draymond live, bro? Absolutely not. I don't know if you didn't watch the game tonight or what. I'm definitely not letting them live. They are friends, bro. They are. But I'm just saying, like, at the same time, I still feel like the interactions on the court don't have to be friendly all the time. But coming from Draymond, I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, if I'm cool with somebody, bro, I'll never forget when Draymond went up with LeBron and literally tried to just annihilate him in midair when he was about to get dunked on in the 2016 NBA Finals. Now, at that point, I don't feel like they were friends like they are now. So maybe it's a little bit different. But there's been different interactions where Draymond poked Bron in the eye. And it's just been so many different interactions on the court that I'm like, bro, I don't know if the friendship is genuine. But like I said, bro, that's on the court, right? We don't know exactly what goes on behind closed doors. So that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying my main point is Draymond is a dirty player. And he does not get held to expectations of being a dirty player in the NBA. He shouldn't be able to get away with anything. Like, those two plays he had tonight, the one with the illegal screen on Austin Reaves, which was clearly dirty, he did that on purpose. And then the play he had on Jared Vanderbilt in the air, he tried to wrap him up while he in the air around his neck, and he hit him on his head and then wrapped him up around the side of his shoulder, neck area. That should have been reviewed, bro. And that's my point. How, with the guy of his track record, how are you not going to review that? The coach shouldn't even tell you to go review that. That's just like it's 3 referees on the court. How you not see that? That's why I just don't understand. You in Curry head too? I doubt I'm in Curry's head. I don't even know Curry. Draymond is dirty as fuck for real, bro. Who you think? Let me move this down a little bit, bro. Who you think for buyout, Highsmith or Cam Thomas? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was gonna say the Lakers should cut Maxi Kleber, but the way Maxi been playing these last couple games, bro, it's like you better put some respect on my name. He's come up huge for us in certain situations with being able to switch on the perimeter against certain guards. He got scored on a couple times tonight, but I feel like every single time he got scored on, it was a tough basket. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing easy. He brings physicality. He gives you offensive rebounding and hustling. He sets great screens. His 3-point shot is just seem like it's just gone. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back as well because it seems like he's moving a lot better than what he was at the beginning of the season. So it seems like whatever he's done over the last month or whatever, since he's been playing against some playing time, his elevation on his jumping when it comes to trying to dunk the ball, blocking shots, all of that seems like it's better, right? He had a fully extended layup over Draymond tonight off a Luke Kennard pass off of pick and roll in the corner, which was a great pass by Luke Kennard, by the way. That was a surprising shot. I didn't expect for him to take that, or definitely not make it, but he did. So the last couple games against the Sixers, you don't win that game without Maxi Kleber. You don't win it. And tonight he made some big plays as well. He is a good defender for sure. I don't trust Aiden in the playoffs. For me, bro, it depends on which Aiden you're getting. Because there is a version of DeAndre Ayton that we can definitely use in the playoffs. If you're gonna get the Washington Wizards or the Toronto Raptors version of DeAndre Ayton that we had over the last month, we can definitely do that. We definitely can do that. But if you're gonna get the Los Angeles Clippers or the Dallas Mavericks version, the last time we played those two teams, if you're gonna get that version of DeAndre Ayton, we might be in trouble just like we was last year. But if you get the version of DeAndre Ayton that played against the Toronto Raptors that dominated a very good Raptors team, the Raptors, Scotty Barnes might win Defensive Player of the Year this year. They have a very good defensive team. They got a lot of good defenders. Ayton dominated that game. They didn't have a 7-foot center. Mamu Sandro Mamushvili, whatever his name is. I'm gonna just call him Mamu. He played in that game, but he's not like a real center. He's more of like a backup or like a stretch 5 kind of center. But at the same time, there's been centers that they played against since that Lakers game that have not dominated like that. Ayton dominated that whole entire game. So there's a version of him that we definitely can use. If we can get that out of him in the playoffs, I think we'll be fine at the center position. Now, if Robert Williams gets bought out, I don't think the Lakers are going to sign Cam Thomas and another free agent or another guy that got bought out. I think they're going to wait for a little while because they have all the way up until March the 1st for players to get bought out and be playoff eligible. If you get cut by a team after March 1st, or you get cut by a team, or you get waived by a team, or whatever, bought out or whatever, after March 1st, and you sign with a team after March 1st, you are not playoff eligible. So that's not really going to help us. So they have all the way up until March 1st. But Rob Pelinka said before the game in a press conference or interview or whatever, he said that they are in conversations with multiple buyout targets, and they are pursuing multiple buyout targets. So we'll see what they do. And I've been seeing stuff on Twitter from different reporters saying that Cam Thomas is in conversation with the Lakers as well. So we'll see. You're waving Aiden? If Rob Williams get bought out, I'm definitely waving Maxey. I'm not waving Aiden. I just think that Aiden still has some value to your team. And I think that Robert Williams could be, I don't know if he'll come off the bench. I don't know, but he'll definitely be in the rotation. Man, Robert Williams is a beast, man. He plays for a very, very bad Portland Trailblazers team, man, but he's good. He's good. I love his game. It's the effort, bro. Low IQ. Can't do it in the playoffs against elite centers. We're not playing East teams in the playoffs. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, the Toronto Raptors had one of the best defenses in the league too, right? So it's not like we just played against two bad or he just dominated against two bad teams. That was a very good team he dominated against, and they are very good defensively, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying that Aiden is the best center in the league or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, with that version of Aiden, you definitely can play. You definitely can use him in the playoffs. He has great touch around the rim. He's a decent lob threat. He has some times where he shows some pretty good flashes defensively, guarding the perimeter, getting blocks and stuff like that. I wish he was a little bit more consistent when it came to rim protection, but that's just not his game. He's just not an elite rim protector like Nick Claxton or Robert Williams or some of these other elite rim protectors, Evan Mobley, Anthony Davis. Like, he's just not that good when it comes to that. But that's okay. If you give the energy and the effort to contest shots, I think you'll be fine. Robert Williams would 100% take us to another. That would be kind of like us signing Dwight Howard in 2020. Like, nobody's seen that coming. Nobody's seen that version of Dwight Howard coming in 2020, the way he was blocking shots and playing perimeter defense. And that rim protection that we had on that, bro, that team was so different, bro. That team was so different. I don't know why they broke that team up, man. I think they they probably would have won anyways in 2021 if Anthony Davis doesn't get hurt against the Phoenix Suns. If Anthony Davis don't get hurt against Phoenix in 2021, the Lakers going back to back. The Suns made it to the finals. The Lakers were beating the shit out of the Suns when Anthony Davis was injured, was healthy. They didn't have an answer for him, bro. They didn't have an answer for him. So that's just unfortunate for us. Hold on, let me extend this some more. Let me fix y'all's comments right quick. Hold on 1 second, chat. Hey, Chuck, I told you I was gonna get it right with the highlighted YouTube comments. I told you I was gonna get it right, bro. It took me a little bit longer than expected, but I got it down sooner or later. I love Highsmith too, man. I like his game a lot. What do you think of Haywood Highsmith? I like his game. If you can get any type of version of Haywood Highsmith that played for the Miami Heat, I think he will be in a very good position. I just think that he didn't want to play with Brooklyn this season because they're not trying to win right now, right? So, and he's supposed to come back next week. He's supposed to be cleared for like full contact. He's supposed to be cleared to play next week. So the Lakers probably already have had him come in and run a physical on him and stuff like that, because before the game, Rob Pelinka said that they were in conversations with buyout targets or free agents right now. So earlier today, Lonzo Ball supposedly was doing a physical with the Golden State Warriors or something like that. So Lonzo Ball is probably going. They said Golden State or Denver for Lonzo Ball. I'm fine with that though. With the way that Lonzo, with the way that Lonzo has been shooting the ball this season, I don't think he really can help you that much because we already have too many one-way players, but we don't need another one-way player that can't shoot the ball. Especially when our best defensive units that go on the court, like have Vanderbilt, he's been shooting a little bit better from the corner three these last couple games. But I don't know what happened to Jake LaRavia's jump shot, chat. Remember at the beginning of the season, he was knocking down everything. Remember that Timberwolves game or that Miami Heat game? He was knocking down all these threes. And he's been a pretty good three-point shooter throughout his career. He's just in a slump right now. Like, he missed 2 wide open threes in the corner tonight. That was like plays that were perfectly generated from Luke Kennard dribble, pump fake and dribble to the rim and get guys open. Because he draws so much attention. Jake LaRavia was wide open twice. Now, Rui was knocking down his open threes. Rui was knocking down his. See, Jake had 2 points tonight, 1 for 5, 0 for 3 from 3. He's been scoring the ball well the last couple games, but his three-point shooting has still been bad. We need you to start back knocking down threes like you were at the beginning of the season, bro. Rui 4 for 5 from 3. Rui been one of the best three-point shooters in the league, so this season. So, Rui is extremely reliable, especially from the corner. So, Rui was good. Vando 2 for 3 from 3 tonight. Luke Kennard was very good tonight, chat. And I think he can be even better. When you have a version of Austin Reaves is not playing like less than 25 minutes a game, and Luka Doncic come back as well, and you have elite playmakers out there with him the entire time, especially when there's 2 of them out there at the same time. Bro, that's another thing, chat. And I'm about to hop into y'all's comments. Somebody said something about LeBron having too many turnovers. You are exactly right, bro. LeBron got to chill with the turnovers, dog. I am with you 100%. I'm a big LeBron fan, bro. But man, it just seemed like right now. Now that stretch he had at the beginning of the third quarter, that's the stretch. That's what I like to see from Bron. Go out there and just be aggressive. There was no rim protection from the Golden State Warriors tonight. I wish I would have seen him go to the rim a lot more. He really didn't get any straight line drives down to the rim tonight. So that kind of showed me tonight. Maybe he just wasn't feeling it. But the last 2 games, bro, you got to stop turning the ball over so much. Tonight, he had 7 turnovers tonight, and he had 8 turnovers the last game. I think he'll be fine, but he just got to stop turning the ball over so much. I'm fine with you missing the shots you missed tonight because I feel like all of the shots he took were pretty good shots. But at first, it was the free throws a couple games. Now it's the turnovers. We really, the last like 2 weeks, we can't get, well, I ain't gonna say none because he has had some pretty good games in there, but consistently, it's rather turnovers, missed free throws, or he can't shoot threes. So yeah, man, I think Bron will be fine, bro. But he gotta cut those turnovers down. Reaves had 5 as well. Reaves had 5 turnovers too tonight. Golden State does a very good job of pressuring the ball though. They got some good defenders. Gary Payton, Moses Moody, Guy Santos, even Pat Spencer lacrosse playing ass. He played good defense too. I don't want Lonzo. Yeah, I don't want Lonzo either. I still think he can be a ball handler, bro. I still think he can. I just think that make this a little bit smaller. I just think he got to clean up his turnovers. I just think that, there's been times this season when he's handled the ball well. I do think that he don't prefer to bring the ball up and initiate the offense and stuff like that anymore because we do have Reaves and Luka, and Marcus Smart has been doing a very good job this season initiating offense for us too. Marcus Smart has been good this year, y'all. And that's another point I was about to bring up. Like, the Lakers have only played 8 games this year. Well, 9 now. It's really 8.5. But they've only played 8.5 games this season with Luka, Reaves, and LeBron at the same time. And right now, they are 13 games over 500. When you have not played most of the season, even half of the season, with your 3 best players. So we really don't know how good this team can be. Everybody just jumped to these conclusions talking about defense and this and that, right? But everybody was talking about Luke Kennard's defense before tonight's game. He played good defensively tonight. against a team that has constant movement, against a team that has a lot of backdoor cutting, a lot of three-point shooting, the closeouts were good. He had one bad defensive possession on Guy Santos, where I think he was playing too close up on him, and Guy kind of blew by him a little bit, and he got the and one, right? But overall, if y'all watch Kennard on the court tonight, for this to be his first game with the Lakers, bro, and he just got to LA yesterday, he was very solid on both sides of the ball. And I think he can definitely grow off of that. I mean, a primary ball handler. Oh, yeah, I get you. I think the primary ball handlers on this team are definitely Luka and Austin. And I think you probably even want Marcus Smart initiating the offense at times, because I just think that playing off the ball for our 3 stars is very, very good when you get those guys coming downhill off screens, when you get them in post-up situations. I think that they are very good in those situations because of their ability to score the ball out of the post, especially LeBron and Luka, and their passing ability. It's so crucial. It's so crucial, bro. Let me see. Let me see if we got any updates on Luka or buyout market. I have my phone on charge set. Nothing right now. Let's see. They said DeAndre Ayton is considered day-to-day because he has a knee injury as well. They call him a knee injury. So they say he is day-to-day now. Can't send super chats because I'm overseas. It doesn't allow me. Oh, damn, really? That's what's up, though, bro. Enjoy your time overseas, bro. It's okay. I appreciate you even considering that, my guy. Thank you so much, brother. Let's see. Yeah, nothing today. Nothing right now on the buyout market. What the hell is wrong with? But chat, if we got Cam Thomas, would y'all be upset about that? How would y'all feel about getting Cam Thomas? If we got Cam Thomas out the buyout market. Cam was a Laker fan growing up. I can definitely see him trying to sign with the Lakers. Embiid needed one more assist. That's great. All right. I love it. Me too, man. I love it as well. Let me put my phone on silent. I don't care. You don't care about what? What you talking about? What you talking about? Kennard can ball handle a bit. He's a high IQ player for sure. 100%. He is a high IQ player. And he had some really good moments defensively tonight as well. He had some really good moments defensively where he was in the right spots. He closed out well. I liked it. My favorite part about his game tonight was the passing, bro. Like, I really like what I seen from him when it came to like being a actual ball mover and keeping the offense going instead of being a ball stopper. I love what I seen from him tonight. I love that. Who's more dirty, Draymond or Lou Dort? We were just talking about that earlier, bro. I think it's definitely Draymond. I wouldn't be upset if Cam, because he can provide offense off the bench, but that's not our primary need. It's not. It's not our primary need. It's not. It is not our primary need, and I agree, it's not. But at the same time, I still feel like you can still use his scoring off the bench. I feel like Cam can win you playoff games at times. If he can come off the bench and get hot, sometimes you might be able to defer to him. So I just think that if you can get a player like that, you don't pass up on him. And then if he's really good, you can probably even sign him to a deal to be with your team next season. Now, it really is a question mark, because if you get Cam Thomas, or it's a question mark about, does he want to start? If Cam Thomas wants to start, then he won't come to the Lakers because he won't be a starter with this team. We already have too many primary ball handlers. But if he wants to try to win and try to play for his favorite team that he grew up, and the player he idolized in Kobe, and play for his favorite team that he grew up cheering for, and play with a good team that's in the playoffs, and you can help this team possibly elevate their strength when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. And I don't think that Cam is a terrible defender. When I watch him play, he's stronger than what he looks like. So It's just like, what can you get out of him? Can you get him to actually want to play defense on a winning team? I wouldn't want to play defense with the Brooklyn Nets either, bro. I probably wouldn't want to play defense for that team. I would just want to go out there and put up numbers and try to look like an all-star and so I can get some money for that team that's not trying to win. That's clearly trying to lose. So that's another thing that we have to consider with these NBA players. Do they want to actually go out there and give it their all with losing teams? That's why I think Haywood Highsmith hasn't tried to play this season. The Nets aren't trying to win. Some of these players don't want to play for franchises like that. They want the opportunity to try to win. So some of these players, you will see more effort from them when they are in a winning situation. Some players, it don't matter, but I do think that some players, it does matter. We need bench. Yeah, we do. We need bench scoring. And I do think Luke Kennard is going to help that out when it comes to the bench scoring. And I think that Rui coming off the bench as well helps it out a little bit as well. And then on top of that, like, if you had your 3 stars playing at the same time, you were able to stagnate their minutes and have 2 of those guys, at least 2 of those guys on the court at all times, I think that would help when it comes to you not going on scoring droughts offensively. We haven't had that. Luka, LeBron, and Austin have only played 8.5 games because of the Houston Christmas game. Austin only played the first half. So they've only played 8.5 games together this season. Or it's rather 8.5 or 9.5. I can't remember. But because last game really shouldn't count either because Luka only played the first half. Luka played the first half last game. And then Austin was on a minutes restriction. So our 3 stars just can't stay healthy. So hopefully after this All-Star break, everybody can play regular minutes and everybody can stay healthy, man. Knock on wood. The Nets suck 100%. Yeah, Kennard is not a good defender, but he can be decent at times. And that's all you really need. You need effort. When it comes to the defensive side of the ball, you need somebody that's just going to go out there and just play with effort. You ain't got to be a lockdown defender. Like, it's a lot of guys that play in the league right now. Like Steph Curry, he was a horrendous defender in like early 2010s. And when they first started going to the finals and stuff like that, the Cavaliers used to pick on him and target him all the time. But he has become a much more serviceable defender. Now, Steph ain't the type of guy that you want out there and you need a stop and you up by 2 or 3 points and you trying to get your best defensive unit out on the court to try to get a stop at the end of the game so you can try to win. You definitely not going to have Steph out there. And hey, Chad, as y'all coming in, y'all be sure to hit that like button. Y'all be sure to hit that like button as y'all coming in. But you definitely not going to have Steph out there and you're in that situation, right? But at the same time, he's become a much better defender because I think that he's learned probably from Draymond and some of the other great defenders they played with. I mean, he's had as teammates over his years in Golden State. And I just think that he's become a better defender, like understanding where to be at, the spots to be in, learning how to play without your hands. Like it just, that type of stuff matters. If you want to play good defense, you can get better at playing defense, bro. So I do think that he's a solid. He can be average or below, a little bit below average. As long as you just don't suck on the defensive side of the ball, I think you'll be fine. Highsmith was sitting to stay healthy. He started practicing like 4 weeks ago. See, like, this is exactly what I'm saying, right? He did not. I'm gonna go full screen for this. Oh, I gotta fix this. Hold up, chat. But yeah, to answer your question, bro, I completely agree. Haywood Highsmith didn't want to play for a losing team. And I had been saying that when I was making videos about the possibility of Haywood Highsmith getting bought out or getting traded to the Lakers. I just didn't think he wanted to play for a team that was not trying to win. I agree. Like, I just don't think. So they said he's clear to play next week. He's clear for like complete full 5-on-5 contact. He's cleared to come back and play. They said on the 11th. So that's in 4 days. So he's probably already been doing physicals for certain teams and talking to certain teams about what his role would be and stuff like that. He still would be my primary target on the buyout market. I would love Cam Thomas as well, but I just think that Haywood Highsmith is obviously the better fit. And then on top of that, if Matisse Thybulle, because Rob Pelinka mentioned this today in the press conference before the game started. Of course, he want to show himself now when he made a trade. He always do that. He always want to do that shit, right? But he mentioned it before the game started today that they're monitoring the buyout market for guys that are free agents now. and possibly for the guys that are going to still get bought out. Because like I said earlier, you have until March 1st. So players are going to probably be getting bought out and getting cut and stuff like that before March 1st, because if you sign a player after March 1st, they are not playoff eligible. So obviously with the Lakers being a playoff team, I think we're still fifth in the Western Conference right now. Obviously. So you have to try to make a move with these buyout players before the 1st. Or if you sign one like Haywood Highsmith, you possibly could cut another player on your team like Maxi Kleber. Even though he's been playing well, I just still feel like you can probably sign another guy like a Matisse Thybulle. If he gets bought out by the Portland Trailblazers, you can sign him. You can cut Maxi. I just think that he will contribute to your team more than Maxi can, right? Maxi been playing good the last couple games. I'm not going to lie. Like tonight he was good, and you don't win that game against Philly without Maxi. So Nah. Nah, you don't have to wait. They don't have to. They can sign a player right now. They have a roster spot open and they have the money to do it, especially with them saving about $500K with the Gabe Vincent and Luke Kennard trade. Congrats on beating Curryless Warriors. Yeah, this guy's a troll. This guy's a troll. Like, we don't need a congratulations on that. And Luka literally didn't play. DeAndre Ayton didn't play. Austin Reaves was on a minutes restriction. He would have cooked the hell out of the Warriors if he would have played regular minutes. We ain't tripping about none of that. We don't care. We don't care about Curry not playing. Luka didn't play either. Luka is clearly the better player. He didn't play either. Ayton didn't play, and Reaves is on a minutes restriction. So we don't care. So like I said, that's neither here nor there. We're not worried about that. He a troll. He a troll. Don't worry about him. But nah, to answer your question, Sammy, nah, bro, they don't have to wait. If they wanted to, they could sign a player. They could sign a player right now, because they have an open roster spot and they have the money to sign a player for the rest of the season. So, and that $500K that they saved in the Luke Kennard and Gabe Vincent trade helps them a little bit when it comes to their salary. So, yeah, they don't have to wait. They could do it right now if they wanted to. Yep, exactly, Chuck. If Matisse becomes available, let's move this up a little bit. You said if Matisse becomes available, I'm getting him and Haywood Highsmith. We can afford to wait on his health. Okay, hold up. There we go. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you, bro. When my last video that I had, the last video I made when I made it yesterday, I appreciate y'all showing love to that video as well if y'all already watched. But when I talked about it in the video about the two main targets should be Matisse Thybulle and Haywood Highsmith. Like I would love Cam Thomas. I think that Cam Thomas could be on this Lakers team for a long time. Coming off the bench, I think if he really wanted to, bro, Cam Thomas could come off the bench and be like a perennial 6-man of the year type of player. Kind of like what Peyton Pritchard does for the Boston Celtics. I think Cam Thomas could do those same exact things. Probably even better. Because I think Cam Thomas has the potential to be better than Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard is good, don't get me wrong. But I think that Cam Thomas has the potential to be even better than him. So if Cam Thomas really wanted to, he can come off the bench and get more shot attempts. He can have the offense run through him a little bit sometimes if he was to come off the bench. And if he has it going, he can close games some nights. And I think you really could be paid as a pretty highly paid 6-man of the year. But that's if he wants to right now. It ain't no guarantees he wants to do that. He probably wants to still start 14 and try to get paid some max dollars before he try to take that type of role. So it's just about what he really wants. But at the end of the day, the Lakers should definitely be targeting Haywood Highsmith right now. That should be their main target, because if you get a version of Haywood Highsmith that played the way he played with Miami when they made those deep playoff runs the last couple seasons, that's a steal. That's a steal. 100%. That is 100% a steal. Got to make sure Thybulle is healthy. Oh, yeah. You know the Lakers going to try to make sure he's healthy. Once they rescinded that trade for Mark Williams, you ain't even got to question that no more. When they rescinded that trade for Mark Williams last year, you already know they about to be checking players' medicals. That's not even a question for that team. So, We'll see. Cam will be a big plus for the bench. Cam? Oh, you talking about Cam Thomas? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if they were to sign Cam Thomas, yeah, he definitely would be a big plus for the bench. 100%. I definitely wouldn't be mad about it. They said Jackson Hayes apologized for what he did to the Wizards mascot. That was so dumb doing that. Yes, we can waive a two-way, but that doesn't help. Can't sign buyout guys. Yeah, with guys in two-way spots unless they're rookie contract players. Exactly. You have to sign. You have to cut like actual rosters, like actual players already in the roster, not two-way contracts. How many three-point attempts does Hachimura have? 4. I need him to shoot 3 more threes, and there's 5 minutes left. I don't know if he's gonna do that. Yeah, I seen that. Charlotte amended the Kobe White trade. The Bulls tried to fleece them. Yeah, that's yeah. I'm kind of surprised that the Lakers didn't do something like that. Like try to take back like the first round pick and keep Mark Williams. I wonder if maybe they couldn't do that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they could have. I don't know. Because if you could have got Mark Williams and then kept a first round pick and just pretty much been like a Dalton Connect, because the money worked, obviously. So if they could have just kept like Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish, and you kept the first round pick and you got Mark Williams, like I definitely would have did that trade, wouldn't y'all? Wouldn't y'all would have kept Mark Williams if we could have kept our first round pick and just trade Cam Reddish and Dalton Connect? I think that's a no-brainer, right? But I don't know if the Lakers were able to do that or not. But if they were and they didn't, that's a mistake. Do they waive Connect or just keep him? Minutes gonna be real low. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I wouldn't waive Connect. I waive Kleber. Because Kleber is not going to really have that much value this summer. If you're trying to trade, like use him, obviously, well, he's on an expiring contract. Dalton is still on your books, and he still could like have some value to a certain team. When it comes to like if you're trying to make a move for somebody and you throw him in to like kind of sweeten the deal, maybe a team will want him. I don't think no teams will really want Maxi Kleber, so that's why I'm cutting him. And then on top of it, he's on an expiring contract. He'll be gone this offseason as well. So I think if the Lakers do cut a player, it's going to be Maxi Kleber. That's what I think. Lakers couldn't because the deadline was over. Oh, well, I mean, the deadline was over for Kobe White as well when they amended that trade. Lakers couldn't because the deadline was over. Yeah, but when it happened with Kobe White, the deadline was over too, bro. It happened 2 days before the Kobe White trade happened 2 days before the deadline and Kobe failed his physical. But they still amended it after. I mean, that makes sense though. It does make sense. Yeah, if you cut DK, you'll have dead money. Exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point too, young Braveheart. That's a great point. If you cut Kobe White, if you cut Dalton Connect, you will have dead money on your books. I'm thinking Kleber is the odd man out. If you cut anybody, it's gonna be Maxi Kleber. It has to be, because you're not gonna cut Bronny James, right? Obviously, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna cut Dalton Connect because, like Braveheart just said, that's dead money on your books. So the only player you really have left is Maxi Kleber. And even though he has been playing, we do have 2 centers that play over him. If you were to cut a player and get somebody that's going to come in and be a part of your rotation, then it makes sense because Maxi Kleber is not always in your rotation. So the way he's been playing these last couple games, I would not mind us keeping him for insurance, just in case one of our bigs can't play. It seems like he's playing a lot better, but I don't know, bro. We'll see. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm keeping Connect because he's young. Yeah. We can trade him in the offseason, or maybe he comes with a different mentality. Exactly. And Summer League will tell. Dalton needs to play in the Summer League again next year. If he still plays for the Lakers and he's still on this roster next year, and when the Summer League come around, he needs to play again. So, 100%. Yeah, Adam, that's not a bad point, bro. I don't necessarily think this is the reason why Dalton Connect does not play, though. I think Dalton Connect does not play is because he be confused on certain plays. When they're running different defensive schemes, he be confused as well. He gets lost on defense. He doesn't know where to go on certain offensive sets. And sometimes JJ Redick calls timeouts when he makes mistakes and he chews him out. You are a professional basketball player, bro. You should not be lost on the court when it comes to being in the right spots defensively when y'all running different defensive schemes, or when you in different offensive sets and you not in the right spots. That's inexcusable. You don't deserve to get playing time if you can't simply even run the plays. Right? So I think that's the main thing. Then on top of that, defensively, bro, he's a liability defensively. If he was Luke Kennard solid, like what? Well, I don't know. We'll see, because Luke Kennard only played in one game, but he was pretty solid tonight defensively. If he was like Luke Kennard, right? If he was solid from that aspect, I think it'll be better. But he's not. He's not solid from that aspect. So I just think that's what's really hurting it. That's what's really hurting him from getting playing time. Damn. But yeah. Yeah, Luke Kennard is a good pickup. Agreed, man. Luke Kennard is a very good pickup. I love what I seen from him tonight. When we traded for him, I was surprised. I was surprised because Dan Wojcicki is the first person that kind of broke the news somehow. He didn't really break the news. He didn't break like the entire trade details. He just said that the Lakers were trading Gabe Vincent to the Atlanta Hawks. And then that's when all the other like main media guys or the main news breakers when it comes to NBA, like Shams and Chris Haynes and stuff like that, they then start saying that it was for Luke Kennard in the second round pick, or it was Gabe Vincent in the second round pick for Luke Kennard. So I was surprised when we did the trade, bro, because I didn't think we would trade for him. I've been watching him all season, man, and he been knocked down. Obviously, he's the #1 3-point shooter in the NBA. So I was kind of surprised when they traded for him, because when the Hawks traded Vit Krejci to the Portland Trailblazers, I was like, bro, they just giving away good 3-point shooters for just second round picks, and we ended up getting Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent, who's horrible, especially on the contract he's on, and a second round pick. That's it. Like, that's a good trade, if you ask me. I know a lot of people say, why connect the second round pick? Excuse me. Why connect the second round pick with a guy like that's on an expiring contract? Bro, you got to upgrade. Like Gabe Vincent was horrible. You got a player that actually going to be in your rotation and be a threat on the court. Like, everything can't be the perfect trade. You got the better player in the trade, and you gave up a second round pick. That's it, basically. Now, if Luke Kennard doesn't sign back with the Lakers this offseason, I think it'll probably be bad then, because you lost your only second round pick you have. And the player is an expiring contract. But I do think that Luke Kennard will sign back with the Lakers this summer if the Lakers have interest. If he plays good for the rest of the season and he's still knocking down threes consistently, I don't see why the Lakers wouldn't try to sign him back. Can't cap if I'm able to get Cam Thomas and Highsmith. Yeah, Kleber gone. Yeah, bro, probably. Now, right now, if you were to try to get one of those guys, you don't have to cut Kleber right now. But if you wanted to try to get both, you would have to cut Maxi Kleber. You would have to, because you only have one available roster spot right now. I can kind of see the Lakers trying to just signing one player and then keeping that other roster, well, not keeping the other roster spot open, but keeping that flexibility of having Maxi there, right? And if another player becomes available, and then they'll cut Maxi. If another player becomes available, like Matisse Thybulle or Robert Williams or somebody like that, or like Chris Middleton, which I don't really see them targeting Chris Middleton, just to kind of just say another name, I guess. I can kind of see them doing that then. I can see him doing it then. I don't think Adu is playing another minute this year. Hold on, bro. Okay, there we go. I don't think Adu is playing another minute this year. They're going to let him fully heal and probably get some run in the G League next year. He might see some burn. Yeah, especially like actual rotational minutes. I don't think he's gonna play that much either. Oh, we got some breaking news, chat. We got some breaking news from the Lakers. This is kind of surprising. The Los Angeles Lakers are signing guard Kobe Buffkin. Oh, wait. I need to go. I'm still full screen. My bad. The Los Angeles Lakers are signing guard Kobe Buffkin to a 2-year deal with a team option for the 2026-27 season. Sources tell ESPN Buffkin has started for LA's South Bay affiliate and now rejoins the Lakers, his third NBA season, to fill their 15th roster spot. So, if the Lakers, now the 15th roster spot is not available anymore. Now the 15th roster spot is not available. So, since they did this right here, I don't really see them signing Cam. I don't really see them signing Cam Thomas anymore since they just signed Kobe Buffkin. Kobe Buffkin has been going berserk in the G League. I mean, he's been by far the best player. And he doesn't just play on the offensive side of the ball. He's a good defender too. Even the little stints he played with the Lakers, I felt like he was a pretty good defender. So I think this is a good move. I think this is a really good move. I just think that maybe I don't see them signing Cam now when they did this. Now, if they didn't do this, I can see them signing Cam, but I don't see them signing Cam Thomas no more since they signed Kobe Buffkin to that 15 roster spot. And now, if you were to go after another buyout player, you would have to waive Maxi Kleber most likely in order to get another buyout player. So they're probably going to be targeting a 3-AD wing. That's probably what they're going to be doing. So after signing Kobe Buffkin to a standard contract, the Lakers are now have 15 players under contract and don't appear to be adding anyone in the buyout market unless someone else is waived. So maybe they don't want Haywood Highsmith or Cam Thomas. Now, maybe if another guy becomes available, like a Matisse Thybulle or something like that, maybe then. Maybe they can't. Maybe they had Haywood Highsmith come in and they found something in his physical that they didn't like. So I don't know, bro. We'll see. But the Lakers have until March 1st. If a player gets waived or gets bought out, they can sign a player that way. So they would have to cut somebody now, though, since they signed Kobe Buffkin to a 2-year deal. And they signed him to a 2-year deal with a team option for next season. So he's going to be here for the rest of this season and he'll be here next year. Now, they do have a team option, so at the end of the year, you can cut him or you can just like not pick up his option. So that gives the team more flexibility. But yeah, I mean, I guess they didn't really like what they seen on the buyout market for them to sign Kobe Buffkin to the 15-man roster. So how y'all feel about this, chat? My chat is frozen. My chat was frozen for a second. There we go. He was balling in the G League. He was. Let's see if he think. Wait. Let's see if he looked good. Could be a sleeper. I mean, yeah, he definitely could be. They might cut Dalton now. What the hell? Oh, there we go. They might. They might cut him. They might, bro. But I don't see why you would cut Dalton and he's just gonna be dead money on your books. I don't see why they would do that. They still can cut Kleber. I just don't think they'll probably go after Cam Thomas since they signed Kobe Buffkin. Yeah, you would have to waive Maxey. You would have to waive Maxey. That's the only player on the roster that makes sense for you to waive, bro. That's the only player. Yeah. Now I don't know if Kobe Buffkin is going to be like in the rotation or anything like that. I don't know if he's going to actually play, but I do like Kobe Buffkin as a player. I think he has very good two-way potential. And I think with the right development and what he's been showing in the G League, he definitely could be an NBA player. He can be a rotational player. He can be like your backup point guard and be another initiator. He's a good spot-up three-point shooter, and he plays defense. He has very long arms, and he plays defense. So we don't know if he's a lockdown defender now. They haven't given him the opportunity. I thought like when they did bring him up about a few weeks ago, like in that Charlotte Hornets game, and I think he played another game. I don't think that he played enough. I don't think he played enough. The small forward position needs to be filled. Yeah, for sure. I wanted Thibault and Highsmith, but I guess I'll take Buffkin unless we later waive DK or Kleber. I'm assuming this the team we're going with. Yeah, I think if another player gets bought out, they might waive Kleber. But obviously they don't. It seems like, at least in what it seems like, they don't like what they're seeing from the buyout market right now. Maybe they brought in Haywood Highsmith and they didn't see enough good with his knee. Maybe they felt like something was bad with his knee and they felt like it can get re-aggravated, or they didn't want to sign him, or they wanted to wait for another option. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe they know another player is going to get bought out. Like, kind of like with Ayton. When Ayton got bought out by the Portland Trailblazers, and it's like they already knew. They had already had conversations with him about that, and he told them pretty much, I'm going to sign with y'all. So maybe they know something like that as well. So if Kleber gets waived over the next couple of days or something like that, that means that they're probably going to go get somebody out the buyout market. Or maybe that player that they're planning on getting bought out and signing with them hasn't been bought out yet. So maybe that's what it is. But this is surprising. I like the move. I like them signing Kobe Buffkin. I do like it, especially with the team option. And if he doesn't play well or whatever, you can just not pick up his team option and he'll be a free agent. Or, he won't be back a Laker. But you have the optionality to keep him on your team if you want to as well. So this is very surprising. I did not see this coming at all. But overall, I do like the move. I like the move. Chat, as y'all coming in, y'all be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Subscribe if you guys are new, man. Payne has signed with South Sydney. What? Who is Payne? Who is Payne? You talking about Cameron Payne? So yeah, that's kind of surprising, but hey. Let's see. I think the Blazers lost again tonight too. I mean, not the Blazers, the Suns. Yeah, the Suns lost. So they helps the Lakers. Okay. Rugby league, bro. You should check it out. Oh, I'm not really into that. I'm not really into that. They still need an athletic wing, but you agree they most they most saw Highsmith health and moved on. Oh yeah, they must have saw Highsmith health and moved on. Maybe they did, bro. Because I don't know why Rob Pelinka would say what he said before the game, that they have been in contact with free agents and buyout targets and stuff like that. And they would sign Kobe Buffington to a 15-man roster spot right after the game. So they must know something we don't, obviously, about maybe Haywood Highsmith health is not good. Maybe Cam Thomas told them that he's going to go to another team and maybe he might sign tomorrow or something like that. I don't know. But I don't see why you would sign Kobe Buffington to your 15 roster spot and then you sign Cam Thomas. I don't see why you would do that. That just doesn't really make sense. Yeah, they really don't. That's a good point. Kobe Buffington, it would be great if he can become our Max Christie type player. Oh yeah, that would be amazing. That would be phenomenal. And he's shown flashes that he can be a 3-and-D kind of player in the G League. We'll see what he develops to be. And not just a three-point shooter, like an actual good scorer. But he actually shown he can shoot the three as well. So we'll see. I like the signing. I'm glad they signed him to a standard contract. I wanted them to do that earlier in the year. Or rather do that or sign him to a two-way. But they kept Nick Smith Jr. and Chris Mannion and Drew Timmy on the two-way contracts. LeBron will leave in free agency, so will free up cap space. AD back on the vet minimum? Absolutely not. I think you're wrong about both of those. I don't think LeBron is leaving. I do think that LeBron is going to re-sign with the Lakers on a lesser deal, on a more team-friendly deal. I don't think that. Now, LeBron definitely could leave in free agency. He definitely could. That's definitely not out of the question. But Anthony Davis signing back with the Lakers on a vet minimum is not going to happen. That is just not going to happen, bro. No way in hell. There is no way Anthony Davis signs back with this team. He's not even a free agent. He's still under contract. He plays for the Wizards now, so in order for them to let him go, he would have to be traded. And he said that what he said was in an interview with David Aldridge, the OG who used to be on TNT. He said that he wants to see the Washington Wizards plans because he wants to try to contend for a championship. They got some good pieces. I don't know about a championship roster now, but if they do the right things, if they draft right, if they go into free agency and be aggressive, maybe some players will be intrigued with playing with Trae Young and Anthony Davis, even though the free agency class this offseason is kind of bad. But we'll see if they trade some players. They have some assets on their team that are pretty good too. Bub Carrington is a good young player. Trey Johnson is a good young player. Justin Champagnie is a good young player. They got a lot of good young players too. So they have assets and they have picks. So if they want to use those to trade for different players to try to help their team contend next season, they could. Who gonna be the wing starter for the Lakers? That's my question. I don't know, bro. What it's looking like right now, it look like Marcus Smart gonna continue starting. That's what it's looking like right now. Because once everybody comes back, once Luka comes back, LeBron is fine, but once Luka comes back and once AR gets back in the starting lineup and gets off the minutes restriction, I think that Marcus Smart probably should stay in the starting lineup because I think he's right now the best two-way defender you have. I think the best two-way defender, the guy that you can actually depend on defensively, and he can kind of give you some stuff offensively as well. I think Marcus Smart is pretty much the best player that you have for that. So that wants to actually go out there and defend people, and he can defend the other team's best player because of how strong he is and how quick he is with his hands and the positional defense setting charges and stuff like that. So communication too. So I think Marcus Smart is your best defender overall when it comes to actually, your best two-way defender, if that makes sense. When it comes to knocking down threes, initiating the offense, being able to go to the rim and draw contact and score the ball. Like he did that a couple times a night in the Golden State game and it worked. So we'll see exactly what happens for sure. But I do like the Lakers signing Kobe Buffington. I do like that. Damn, man. Too Money Kamara didn't shoot enough threes. He needed two more. They have until March 1st. Let's see if someone becomes available, like you said. Exactly. If someone becomes available like Matisse Thybulle, I can see them signing him. But I don't know if Matisse Thybulle is going to be your starter, though. Like, how healthy is Matisse? Like, how healthy is he, bro? That's a question mark, right? That's a question mark. And there's some other ones as well. Like, but that's definitely a question mark. How healthy is Matisse Thybulle? So, I don't know if he'll be your starter. But all right, chat, I am going to make a video about this Kobe Buffkin signing tonight, and I'll have it up tomorrow. Great game from the Lakers tonight, man. Good team win against a very scrappy and annoying Golden State Warriors team. Love y'all, man. Appreciate you guys so much for watching today's live stream. If y'all enjoy, y'all be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, so I keep you guys up to date on all things Lakers. Y'all be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a great night. Peace.